Goods are abundant and always in surplus, but passion is rare. As you know from my previous lesson called Will They Buy My Shit? Everything is in surplus. But there's one thing that is not in surplus, and that's passion. Passion is something that no one has, they're just robots. And people buy it. They buy passion. Passion is one of the big generative powers. The generative powers I'm talking about are life equals money, equals pussy, equals time, equals passion. Why do I put all these things together? See, life, without life, there can be no productivity, no construction of new patterns. Money is just an embodiment of that ability to build things. It can be exchanged and traded for a piece of somebody else's life, so they are equivalent. Pussy is valued because it's used to generate new life. Time is essentially equivalent to life. Life is measured in years, and so is time. And finally, passion is this generative impulse that allows, sometimes compels a person to turn this time into actual products or patterns or inventions. So all of these things are really synonyms for the same thing. Now, if you add passion to anything, whatever product, people will buy it because human beings are attracted. They're attracted by generative forces, just like plants are attracted to sunlight, and like animals are attracted to food and shelter and warmth. It's really the same thing. So you can see it also in this way, that people buy not the product that you have, but the number of hours you put into creating that product. Now, I'm not a big fan of working long hours or of working a lot. I think working smart is far better. But the reason I speak about hours is that there has to be an intention of really working on something until you really, really like it, as opposed to, here's this shit, give me your money, take this shit and fuck off, and don't bother me with any problems that might arise. So for that reason, it's the intention that there's no limit to the number of hours. It's the intention that this is going to be a really, really cool thing, no matter how long it takes. That's what's important, not the actual number of hours. Now the question is, if passion is so important, if it's the deciding critical factor in getting a product to be chosen by people. And note that this is something that really people are not looking at by and large. People want to sell a product. They don't want people to buy it. They think, how am I going to sell it? So in marketing, there's this dichotomy between push strategy and pull strategy. They're always thinking about, to make people buy this thing. It's like a coercion, right? It doesn't take into account what they want at all. It's like you make them buy it. You give money to some sales rep and he's going to go around and convince people to buy it. That is really, I can't even tell you how wrong this kind of thinking is, because it completely removes agency from the customer. And people are not stupid. They know what they like. They don't need you to make them like something. That's nearly impossible. Most of the times, even this process of trying to get people to like something is carried out in such a hurried, clumsy way that it has the complete opposite effect, because another psychological drive that everyone has is that they don't want to be controlled by another person. So the more you try to just push your thing and make them buy it, and the more it backfires on you. On the other hand, what you have to do is put all your energy into a vehicle that's like a virus. It's going to be delivered into their brain and create an idea, create an experience, and create a drive to get it. That is the pull strategy, where people are going to seek this thing out. I can give examples later, go on YouTube and show you some stuff. But one thing that immediately comes to mind is this hang drum or hand pan that people use to make music, mostly on the streets. These are not expert musicians. Any crackhead or stonehead can pick up one of these things and hit it and make a little tune out of it. These things now have a 11 months waiting list. They cost in excess of $1,500 to $2,000 for a piece of metal. It doesn't even have that much precision in how it's made. It's sort of approximative. Not only that, but there are people who bought it back when they were only costing a few $100s. And now they're selling them for a lot more money than even the retail price, because there's this waiting list. So there are some of these things that are for sale for $6,000. This happens to be a thing that creates a desire in people because they can see that it's kind of easy, it's kind of interesting, they haven't seen it before. It doesn't matter now exactly why this thing appeals to people. What matters is that this is a virus. It's a delivery system that delivers that experience. It shows you, you're gonna go like beam, 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 and everybody's gonna stop on the street to see what the fuck you're doing. They're selling status in a way, they're selling popularity at a really low entry level barrier, because any instrument takes years to master, and this thing, I haven't tried it. I'm not saying it's trivial, but I mean, there's like 6 keys and you just bang on it with your finger, so it's really easy. So this is a delivery system. It's a virus that enters people's minds and makes them want it.
This is the moment that I've all been waiting for a long time. My hand pan is about to arrive. Is this it? Nope. That's what I've been doing all day. Right, Brody? I really want to play it. I'm kind of going crazy. It's here. He's a knifesman. It's really... Can we see it there?
Packaged up.
Alright, thanks there, Zach.
Ready?
Oh my god, dude.
It's good.
Wow, everybody see that? Dude, it's even better than I thought.
If you can create the same thing and put all your energy into discovering something that's gonna tweak the feelings of people so that they actually want to get something, they're gonna come looking for you. You don't need advertisement. But then, so I was saying, how do you show this passion, which is a critical factor? First of all, you got to pick something you like. I always say this. The idea of working really hard and perfecting something that you're not really excited about is just completely against human nature. You might do it if you're a Superman, but if you're a Superman, you probably don't need to watch this anyway. So for most people, you really need some help. You really need to find something that you like. That's just going to make the ride smoother. Now, what if you don't have anything that you like, or anything that you like that can potentially make money? Then you need to put off this business thing. You're not starting a business now. You're starting a project, different project. What this project is called is, I'm going to find something that is potentially monetizable that I like. Don't think it's going to be solved in 5 minutes or a day or 3 weeks. But that's the project you're starting right now, not a business. The business starts when you finished this project, and you can go forward in my list here, pick something you like. Okay? Then you need to work on it constantly and become obsessed with it. If you think about it, there are really only 3 types of product on the market. It's a huge market. People sell everything. But really, if you're a startup, you've got nothing. People don't know who you are. You don't have millions of dollars. For you, there are only 3 types of products. There are 100-hour products, there are 1,000 hours products, and there are 10,000 hours products. 100 hours products, it's really hard to sell. because everybody wants to make a 100-hour product. Everybody wants to be done with it and make money so they can go and spend it. And so if you want to compete with all the other idiots on the planet, I don't have any trick to give you. I think it's the law of large numbers. It's how many personal connections you have. It's, do you have a rich uncle who can lend you some money? It's a lot of luck, basically. If you want to be safe, you don't want to leave your well-being and personal growth up to luck, then you really need to step up into the higher categories. So at least choose a 1,000-hour product or a 10,000-hour product. But essentially it's your choice. It's the choice of which trade to be in. Just like you have plumbers and you have engineers and you have politicians, here you have to choose a trade. And what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to be 100 or 1,000 or 10,000-hour product? The other thing to consider is that if you get successful at something that you're not passionate about, it's going to be hell for you. Because if something starts making money, then you need to follow it. I know sometimes you can sell it, but before you can really sell it, you're going to have to work on it for years. Like imagine that Zuckerberg didn't really like social networks. And then all of a sudden he's got 10,000 users, or he's got 100,000 users. The thing is growing. He's got to do it. He's not in a position where you can get other people to do it. Otherwise it's going to tank. Imagine how miserable his life would have been if he really didn't like social networks. And of course he would have sold to Google for 1 billion, but most likely they received other smaller offers before that. So he wouldn't be rich and he would have had a miserable life. That's just another reason to pick something that you're passionate about. Instead of thinking, well, I'm just going to do this boring shit that makes me suffer. I'm going to spend only 100 hours on this thing that I don't like. So now you're limiting your time. You don't like to do it, so the product itself is crap. It's something that you don't like doing. And then you're going to sell that shit. It doesn't work. Everybody's trying this shit all the time. It doesn't work. Okay? To sum things up, you need to cultivate a passion, spend the time finding out what the passion is, and then the passion is like the wave, and your business is like a surfboard. The moment that you're able to take something that you're passionate about, imbue this passion in a physical thing or a service or something, and then show people that you have it, people are going to come and get it, and they're going to leave you their money in exchange for it. If you've been able to extract value out of this video, or think that somebody you know might be able to, please subscribe, reshare, send it along. Take a swim in this nice swimming pool behind me. Tattoo it on your vagina. Do whatever you need to do. Go in peace.